Welcome back to What Arty Noobs for General Disturbance. This is an SU-8. It's a Tier 6 Soviet SPG. It's located on the eastbourne of Airfield, and it's under the command of Moose. Hey, you've seen a couple of his replays just recently, but this one is rather special. He's got a 152mm howitzer mounted on top of a chassis that came from a T-28 medium tank. Never put into production, this Arty. They actually ended the production line for the T-28, but they never actually got around to building Artys off it. But it would have been quite interesting, because it would have been quite a fast Arty. The T-28 was known for being quite a speedy little medium. It's actually very, very similar in many ways to the M44, because its fire rate is quite high, and its alpha damage is 600 hit points. With penetration 38mm, and it's also got a burst radius of 7. Okay, he's found his firing position. He's now aiming towards Heavy Alley, and look at that, there's a Type 59 there. Fires around in straight away, backs up a bit. Now this is a Tier 8 game, Tier 6 Arty, so he's going to earn extra XP for all the damage he does to higher tier opponents. And he's just loaded, fires around in at a Hellcat, who he stuns, and he just keeps adjusting his firing position every time. Yep, the Hellcat was damaged. He got some stun assist off that, and he got some stun assist off the Type 59. Rounds out on that corner. It goes long, but it still stuns both of the guys there. You can see it exploded just a short distance away inside the rescue, but Wargaming's fooling nobody. They're just nerfing Arty by making the shells go where they're not supposed to go. Fires another round in, and this time round he wipes out the Hellcat. That shell landed in the cockpit, and the Super Hellcat was gone. So he picks up 162 hit points from that, and some stun assists from the Type 59. Next target is a VK7501K, which is the premium, and he gets a hit on that, 183. That's a Tier 8 premium, which means more XP, more credits. Reload time 16.56 seconds. News damage 16 seconds, which is very similar to the M44. And another bit of damage there, 213 hit points this time. Bit more. As long as he keeps him stunned, that VK is in trouble. And our guys are peeking around the corner. And yeah, the VK is taking damage, and he's getting track assist because he actually tracked that VK, and he's damaged him again. I think he's tracked him in place, and that's why his teammates are actually getting nice bits of damage off that VK while he's stationary. Okay, he's almost ready to shoot in again. He fires another one in, and yet again he tracks the VK and extracts 106 hit points. He's treating it like a juicy little pinata. So long as that VK is blocked in place, he can't really do much, or can't help his teammates to get shots. And again he's been hit. He's really going to town on this tank. It is one of the more dangerous heavies on the enemy team. It's a good side scraper with a 128mm gun. Now just behind him, I believe, was a Sherman Jumbo. Rounds out on him. Oh, there's the Jumbo. He actually moved over, but he still got stunned by that shot. There's the VK again. Oh, he's really... That guy must be really getting annoyed because he's a one-shot now. Somebody goes around the corner, he'll probably get taken out of the game. Defender's there, so I think it's very likely that VK is about to meet his maker. Okay, Super Jumbo. Oh, we got the rear end of two Super Jumbos. That was Super Jumbo and an Easy 8. And we hit the Super Jumbo. Actually, that VK managed to kill our defender. Oh dear. But that defender is a one-shot for sure, so all that Moose has to do is land a shell near him and he's out the game. And unfortunately, he moved away from firing from that aim point. Now, despite the fact that there's enemies near him, there's a King Tiger captured nearby. And he's actually now paying attention to it because there are a couple of our teammates there. If we can isolate that King Tiger and keep him immobilized, then our teammates can finish him off. they're in a position to shoot into his ass, and there's not a lot he can do about it actually, because he's got guys in front of him as well as behind him. And there he goes. T-3485 claims the honours. Okay, well, the enemy has got a KV-3 and a defender trying to push through, and the defender gets wiped out because he was a one-shot. The Easy-8's a one-shot. Oh, and that was a good hit there on the KV-3 for 145 hit points. But the enemy is pushing, and they do have a one-tank advantage at the moment. That KV-3 is fairly healthy, and he's up against another KV-3. And now the Easy-8's managed to get behind him. So now would be a good time for Moose to put a round into that Easy-8 and finish him off. But he might stun his own teammate in the process. He's lining up a shot on the Easy-8. Just fire it into that corner and that Easy-8 will be gone. Unfortunately, the KV-3 died as well. Rounds out. And that's a kill. Yep. He splashed him. Got the kill. But unfortunately, the enemy have broken through. And now we're 2 tanks down on the enemy. So it's not looking so good. And we just lost somebody up on Temple Mount as well. Of course, Temple Mount's that central hill right in the centre of the map. And we're aiming in on the KV-3. He stopped. I think he's been tracked. Rounds out. Nice hit for 183. He goes down. Okay, we're changing angle. Got a T-3485M up on top of Temple Mount, the other side, the north side of it. I call it Temple Mount because there's some ruined temples on that one and there's an amphitheatre. It's easier to call it that. Other people call it other things, I don't know. I haven't heard anyone call it anything else. Okay, we've got a Sherman Jumbo, and he just takes down our T-34-3. We've also got a Lorraine 40 ton. And we're loaded now. We might be able to get the kill on this guy. And line up the shot. Rounds out. And, oh, went too long. Again, Wargaming. You're fooling nobody. That was 2 tanks together. We could have got a bombardier there. That was a potential bombardier. And I think that's what Moose was aiming for. He was trying to hit both tanks at the same time. P-43 turn. Low hit points. Rounds out. And, yes, he gets the kill on that one. So, 3 kills now for Moose, but he's running out of teammates. In fact, he's only got one, a T-25-2, and he's in the north, and he's on his way back, but he has been stunned by enemy Arty. There's still 4 members of the enemy team, so he's outnumbered 2-1. He can't see the enemy, but he does know that T-3485M and that Lorraine both are a one-shot, so he could shotgun them quite easily if they get close. But unfortunately, there is a Hellcat on the enemy team, and we don't know the state of his health. And there's also an enemy Arty, an AMX-13F3 with the 155mm gun. Our T-25-2 is taking fire. Must be from those mediums. And there's the Lorraine. And unfortunately, Moose can't shoot because he's just too close and that hill's in the way. And we've lost the T-25-2, so he's all alone now. 1 against 4. And I have the suspicion that the enemy will be coming in this direction. If he moves out of this position, there's a possibility that Super Hellcat might see him and get him. He's lining up a shot, waiting for the enemy to appear around the corner. Here he comes, and takes a round, but claims the soul of the Lorraine. He needs to move now, but he's been tracked. And there's the Arty. Yep. So it was a good try, very good try. He had good prospects because at least 2 of the enemies were low on hit points, but he didn't or couldn't account for the AMX-13F3 or that Super Hellcat. So it was, I'm afraid, a loss on this occasion. But he did get a 3rd mark of excellence during this game. Yeah, not many people get the 3rd marks, and yeah, Moose has got one. He earned his 3rd mark by hitting tier 8 tanks, so it certainly bumped up his score. Got a second class tanker in that game, a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In fact, he got 15, and a fighter badge for getting at least 4 kills. He got 4 exactly. But he earned enough average damage during that game to actually put his mark up above the 95% mark. So now he's got a 3rd mark on his barrel. Unfortunately, our skins don't show the marks, which is a bit of a pity, really, because we really would like to see those marks on the vehicles. Because it is actually quite nice showing that you've actually reached a certain degree of proficiency. Moose certainly has. So well done to Moose on this occasion. Let's have a look at his team score. Well, he got the highest damage on his team, 1,881 hit points. Oh, no, he didn't actually. Sorry, I beg your pardon. T-34-3 got the highest on his team, 3,186. In fact, he got the highest damage in the game and the high caliber. The highest damage on the enemy team was their P-43 turret with 2,508. But Moose 1,881, so it's still a respectable score. It's better than all, 13 members of the enemy team. Only the top 2 managed to get better than he did. And when it came to kills, yes, he got the highest number of kills, 4 kills in this game. He could have had more. He actually could have taken out that T-34-85M as well, and that would have given him 5, but I doubt if he would have got the Super Hellcat and the Arty. Unless, of course, it was a lot of running around trying to find them. When it came to base XP, no, he didn't get the top. That was the P-43 turret with 966, 940 for the Lorraine 40 ton, and 881 for that T-34-85M. But he did get 755 base experience points, which puts him top on his team. He fired 22 rounds, got 10 direct hits, no penetrations, but 22 splash. Damage of 1,881 hit points, of which 1,863 were at more than 300 meters. Obviously, the difference is that Lorraine 40 ton, who was very close when he was taken out. 2 hits received, unfortunately. 1 was a non-penetration, tracked him in place, and 1 hit was from the Arty that effectively killed him. And that was the end of his game. 9 enemy vehicles damage, 4 killed, 324 hit points of damage assist. That's when he kept tracking that VK7201K. And 1,309 hit points of stun assist off 18 stuns. And that all contributed to getting his 3rd mark. On a premium count, he earned 31,047 credits, got 23,286 from personal reserves, total 69,857. And after repair and ammunition resupply, took away 49,298 credits. So it's a decent battle in terms of credit reward. 755 XP, 567 from personal reserve, took away 1,700 altogether. So I don't think you would count this so much as a loss, even though it was a defeat. It was a gain because he did get his 3rd mark, and that doesn't go away ever. It's on his barrel now, and everyone that sees it will realise this guy is a serious Arty player. Yep, if you've got the 3rd mark on your barrel, you know how to play your Arty, and very well indeed. So congratulations to Moose. I haven't got a 3rd mark yet. I will be getting one. I will, I promise you, as soon as I can. And I know there are other members of What Arty Noobs who do have 3 marks on their barrel, but there are a lot of other Arty members in our group who don't have any marks on their barrel, but we celebrate it when they do get one anyway, because it is an achievement, and we try and help them to get those marks by telling them all the tricks and secrets that we learn along the way to get our marks up. So well done to Moose, and keep going to everyone else. You will get there. You will get your 3rd mark as well. Thanks for watching.